Hello everybody, my name is Laura Nawiri Namaswa. I am a distant learning student at the Northland Technical College. The topic that I have chosen today is chicken farming, which I know is not what I study because I am doing my LPN right now. So you may ask yourself, why chicken farming? Why not something in your field? The thing is, I am very passionate about chicken farming because I am going to try and be a farmer next year, and I have done extensive research in this subject. So, what advice would I give to someone who wants to go into farming? So, first of all, you have to decide, do you want to do um, broilers or layers? So, as we know, broilers are the chicken that are kept for their meat, while the layers are the chicken that are kept for their eggs. In my case, I will be doing the layers. What are the advantages of having broilers versus the layers? So broilers, on one hand, they mature faster. They are a little bit more hardy than the layers. With broilers, they you only have to take care of them for 6 weeks and they are ready for the market. As long as you give them the right feed and they're gaining weight according to the timetable, then you will take them out to the market sooner and you will make your profit sooner. But personally, I find it a little bit cumbersome just because I wouldn't want to take care of the young chicks. This is because, like, during the first 3 weeks of life, chicks are very sensitive to just their environment. They get cold very fast, they get sick very fast. You have to be on time with their vaccines, and at this age, you have to make sure you're giving them all the right feeds so that they gain weight per their schedule. Because if you don't do it while they're young, once they get older, you can't correct it, so it's not gonna give you enough eggs if you're doing it for eggs, and it's not gonna give you like as the required weight if you're doing it for its meat. So the first 3 weeks of life are very labor intensive, so I don't see why I would want to do that every 6 weeks, get a new batch of young chicks every 6 weeks. That is just a lot of work. So I am more biased to layers. I prefer layers because once you buy the young chicks, you only have to take care of it once and you're done, because they mature at 4.5 months, and once they reach their laying age, they reach laying age at 4.5 months, and from there they lay for 1.5 years before they are done and what we would call monopause. Menopause, sorry. So what do you need to know about your chicken farming? So before you try and venture into this business, make sure you do your research. There is a lot of good study material. You can watch YouTube videos from farmers that have done it before. You can read articles. You can go for like tours to farmers who will show other farmers how to do it, and get a hands-on experience before you try anything. And also I would recommend that you start with a small number as opposed to just starting a large number, because if you're new to the farming, there is a good chance that you will lose a lot of your stock during that learning curve. So just respect the learning curve, take your time, be patient, and with time, once you master it, you are going to be perfect at it. So we start with, so personally I'm gonna start with like 1,000 chicken, and then from there I will grow to maybe 10,000 chicken, and then 100,000 chicken, hopefully. And if you're going to do business, you might as well go big and make as much profit from it. So once you learn, you just rinse and repeat, and just expand to your highest potential. So what would you need to know? Well, just make sure you have like a good road network, because if you're doing like large scale farming, chances are high that you're not just going to be supplying the area around you, because 10,000 eggs a day is a lot of eggs. for a town that has a population of maybe 600 people or 6,000 people. So you might need to have like transportation to transfer it to like far areas. On top of that, you have to make sure you have good labor and you pay your laborers like a good amount of money so they could do a good job. And as a farmer, you have to be there physically at least maybe a quarter of your month. You can't do your farming while you're far away. And also you have to make sure you keep the records straight, because this is a business at the end of the day, and you want to know whether you're making a profit or making a loss. So what are the things that would make you get a loss in your chicken farming? Well, this would be that sometimes the market might be flooded, and therefore the supply is more than demand, and the price of the eggs will be low. And the thing is, that might not translate the same way when you're getting the feeds, because the cost of the feeds is expensive. If the cost of the feeds is expensive and you're not making as much from selling them, then you are obviously making a loss, and that is bad for business. Or you're making a very small profit margin, which is not bad, but it is very discouraging. So what are the things you could do to increase your profit margin? This I would say, for one, once you have learned how to do your farming in a more efficient way, you could just you could try and do your own feeds. You don't have to like always do the store-bought feeds, because those are way more expensive. But if you can learn how to do your feeds at home, like with the right ratios and everything, then you will be making a bigger profit margin, because it is much cheaper to make your own feeds than get feeds from the market. I would personally recommend like having both, like some from the market and some that you make yourself. That way you just you're covered. You make sure your chicken are getting all the nutrients that they need. And also, I would not recommend doing your own feeds while the chicks are still very young, because if you miss to get them at the right age, while at the right weight while they are young, then they might not even lay eggs while they grow up, or they may not even like give you the right number of eggs, and in that case you will make a loss for the entire 1.5 years that they are in their laying stage. So how much money can you make from it? Let's say a lot. So since my market will be in Kenya and not America, I will give you an ideal example. So buying 1,000 chicks would cost me $1,000, because like the day old chicks go for $1 for a chick. So let's say 1,000 chicks will give me $1,000, and for 4.5 months I will not be making any money from them, because I will just be spending money. I will just be like giving them the vaccines, I'll be paying the laborers, and I'll be giving them their feeds. And chicken require a lot of water, so you have to make sure you do your farming in a place that has a good supply of water. If they do not get their water, they will not lay their eggs, because the eggs are, a good percentage of them is water. So for the 4.5 months, you can say maybe you would be making a loss, but I would like to think of it as an investment. And then once they reach their 4.5 months and they start laying the eggs, I could make from 1,000 chicks, I could make probably 800 eggs a day. Just that is like the lowest number. And 800 eggs a day, one egg would be going for $0.1, so that is $80 a day. And from there I would be making like 2,400 a month. And maybe you're paying your laborers and you're paying everything. So since labor is cheaper in Kenya, I would be paying I would like the cost of the feeds plus the labor would cost me probably only like $400 or $500. So I'd be making like $2,000 from 1,000 chicks every month for the entire laying season, which is 1.5 half years. So it is a good business, and I would recommend for anybody who is interested in farming to think about chicken farming. Well, that is all for my time. You have been a good audience. Bye bye.